Stevenson, Taekwondo. Started training when I was about 7 years old. My brother was doing it from a really young age, so he's 4 years older than me, so it's always been like in the family. And then I've never stopped doing Taekwondo ever since. I've never done any other sport, just only Taekwondo since I was 7. I think it was hard when I was in high school, and especially when your friends are like, "Are you going to come out, Sarah?" And you're like, "No, I have to go training." It's hard for them to understand that. We score to the body and to the head. It's 1 point for body and 2 points for headshot. And if it's a hard kick, say if you knock them out or you get a bit dizzy or you wind them or anything, you get an 8 count. The referee will count to 8 and they'll put an extra point on. The first 1 to 12 wins. And as well, if there's 7 points gap and the match stops, if it's a draw after 3 rounds, you go to sudden death, we call it, or golden point. It's a bit of a nicer way of putting it. When I qualified for Sydney, I was only 16, so I'm 17 when I got there. That was a bit of a strange experience because obviously before that I was only 13, the Olympics before. So when I got there, I didn't really know what it was all about until I fought, and I come really close and I lost, and I realised how much it would have meant to win. So that was a bit of a big experience for me then. When you're that young, you just go and do it, don't you? You don't think about it. I didn't know anybody in my weight. I didn't know what people had won in the past and how good they were. And so I think the innocence of being that young, it does really, really help. But then again, the lack of experience doesn't help because I really, really was close to getting a medal. And I think the nerves and the anxiety of the whole thing got to me a little bit. Going to Athens, I had more experience. I'd won lots of things, I won the Worlds after the Olympics, I won Europeans, and I had more experience, I knew everybody. So maybe in Athens I think that because I knew what it was about. I was 21, I knew what it was going to feel like fighting there, who was in my way, who was good, who was bad. And I think then that was a disadvantage because I think I put too much pressure on myself.
She's matured immensely over the last 3 or 4 years. I remember sitting in a chair in 2001 when she won the World Championships for the first time. She won the Junior World Championships as well. She's won everything there is to win, based with not a lot of support. All of that has now changed. She's become very much more a professional, elite athlete, and I think it's all systems go really for Beijing. She's really looking forward to it. We're really looking forward to it as a team because for the first time she has everything in place to support it, to help her to achieve those high-level goals, and who knows what will happen in Beijing.
We've got the best coaches, we've got a better structured training programme, we've got psychologists helping us. So this time, obviously, I know it's going to be better. Even if I don't win, I know I'm going to enjoy it more, definitely.
We started off the academy just after the announcement of London 2012 Olympics. The extra funding came in. We needed a facility that we could use 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Manchester have adopted us. They brought us on board and they said, "Look, what shall we do? What do you need?" And we approached it from that angle to start with. What do you need? So we went down. We saw the warehouse. The warehouse was a complete shell. Took a bit of vision, to be fair, but we saw what we needed to have. We needed the 3 rings, we needed the weight training equipment, the aerobic equipment, and we needed a home for the athletes, and that's what we created based out of what was initially a warehouse shell.
It is amazing compared to what we used to have, especially when I was 16, 17, was the Olympics. We didn't have anything. So for me it's amazing, but I think for some of the younger ones I think it's normal for them. They don't really quite understand that a few years ago we did have to pay for our own things and for our own training, for our own trips. Now everything's free. I think I appreciate it a lot more. I train about 4 to 5 hours a day. So it's quite hard, but it's just get used to it. It's just what you do. Just like going to work. This is our job, so this is what we do. And we don't ever complain, we just get up and come. When you're watching training, somebody's getting hurt somewhere, you know, with it like being a dead leg or, you know, just getting winded or just clashing legs, clashing knees, whatever. But we just get on with it. We're not. It's just part of our sport is getting knocks and bruises and little injuries and stuff. So we don't really complain. We just get on with it. When I was about 20, I think, I ruptured my ACL. So I didn't actually do Taekwondo at all for like 9 months, and that was like the hardest thing ever because you always like think, oh, when you're training, you think, oh my God, I could do with a rest or could do with a month off or something, you know, to just recover or whatever. And then when you get an injury and you can't do it for that amount of time, it's the only thing that you want to do. So that was like a really, really hard thing to do. But I think for me, coming through that injury made me want to do Taekwondo even more. So that I think in a way it was a little bit of a blessing in disguise, maybe. Yeah, London 2012 obviously will be amazing for the sport, for every sport. I just think that maybe Taekwondo need to win a medal at Olympics. I think because we've not won one yet, when we do, I think that'll lift the profile massively, I think. I'm not planning to be around in 2012. I don't really want to plan anything like that. If I'm here, I'm here. I don't even know, because obviously we don't have to qualify. We have to qualify for the Olympics in the World Qualifiers. It's quite hard to even get to the Olympics for us. But for 2012, I don't think we have to qualify, so you just get chosen. And maybe in 2012 there'll be somebody else being like coming up behind me that they'll want to pick instead of me. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Hopefully I'll still be involved in Taekwondo, but I might not be an athlete. I don't know. For Beijing, it's going to be obviously China, not just because it's the home nation, because she's actually won the Olympics twice, so that might be quite hard if I fight her. But I'm just going to just go in there and not worry about anybody and just fight. If I get China first, it's just got to deal with it. You can't think, oh my God, I don't want this person, and then you get that person, then you're just going to end up messing yourself up. So I don't really care. I care.
She's an exceptional athlete. And now, like I say, she's got the support system around her. She's happier as a person, and you know, we are very hopeful that she'll go on the podium.
I really, really want to win gold, like everybody does. But if that happens, that'll be amazing. Sometimes you run it in your head. What would you do if you won an Olympic? I don't even know what I do. I think I might faint or something, or collapse. But I don't really like thinking about it too much, because if it doesn't happen, then I'll be like gutted. So I just try not to think about it. I just want to go and do my best, and I want to be happy with how I perform. I don't want to come off thinking, oh, I could have done more. I want to come off the ring saying I couldn't do any more, and that's it. If I win, it's going to be amazing, but if I lose, but I've done my best, I'm going to try not to be upset. You know, being to 2 Olympics, I don't want to like put any pressure on myself, thinking about who's in my way or what I need to do. I'm just going to focus on what I can do and how I'm going to perform and what I'm going to do in the ring.